but at some point of my life, I felt that there is no sense in it. And I twice in my life made the choice, like choosing the impact over the money. The first one was when I quit my job and I went to Myanmar. I lived in Buddhist temple, and that's how I realized that education, it's actually the most critical thing on earth, because with education you can change the world. There are a lot of bad things that would have never happened if humans had more critical thinking, for example. That's how I decided to work in education. And the second one was when the war started, the full-scale invasion started. I actually was in Miami. I had my connection flight. I was coming back to Ukraine from the Ecuador, so I stuck in Miami, and I had an offer from my friends from Silicon Valley to work in a very successful startup that actually in 3 weeks they became a unicorn. But I chose to come back to Ukraine, and when everyone were leaving the country, I was going back to launch the university. I think that for Ukrainians, we have the only answer is the war, because before the war, I never thought about cybersecurity as a weapon. And now, like most of attacks on Ukraine, it's a combined attacks, like starts with the cybersecurity attack, and then like rockets, weapons, like everything else is following. So it's like really critical. And it's not a physical war, it's a hybrid war, it's a digital war as well.
We talked about it in the intro, but if you'd be kind enough to maybe elaborate in more detail as to what inspired you to launch, the SET University right in the middle of what is a full-scale invasion.
The idea came to me when I was in Myanmar. So I decided that my life should be around education, because I saw like that world is like really struggling with everything, like especially with the critical thinking. So my idea was focused very much on Ukraine, because in education, everyone thinks that in Ukraine we have a lot of very brilliant engineers, and it's true. But unfortunately, we do not have like any products and like any added value in Ukraine, because like all these engineers, they work for international companies, for international projects. So added value never stays in Ukraine, in my country. And my idea was to help to build the ecosystem of added value in Ukraine. So the idea for SET University was to teach not only technology, but how to transform technology into business. Our students, they do not write theses, they create their own startup.